Our very own favorite medical drama and one of the longest running series, Grey's Anatomy, is set to return to our screen for its 19th season. This time the show's really shaking things up. The last season of the show marked the 400th episode and left the fate of our beloved characters to continue in this new season. In this video, we'll be taking a look at everything you need to know about the new season, including which character's coming back and which character isn't. Keep watching to find out. First things first, who's returning to the show? Apart from the current cast members, we heard that there's one more member who's going to return to the show as a recurring character. It's the one and only Kate Walsh, who plays Dr. Addison Montgomery in the show. Yeah, you heard that right. Kate Walsh has been playing Dr. Addison Montgomery since the first season the show aired in 2005. She's appeared on and off over the years. However, last season she also appeared in multi-episode arc. Dr. Addison Montgomery had to visit Grey Sloan Memorial for a patient undergoing a uterine transplant but later miscarried. She was also grieving the death of her ex-husband Derek, also played by Patrick Dempsey, with his sister Amelia, played by Caterina Scorsone, and his widow Meredith, also known as Ellen Pompeo. Why was she already not a reoccurring member of the show? Kate Walsh has been playing Dr. Addison Montgomery for many years on the show during the initial seasons. She was the character who came to the hospital only to happen upon her ex-husband and the woman he was now involved in. Over the years, the story arc didn't develop and the writers left it off for another important story arc. Kate Walsh was then signed up for a new spin-off series of Grey's Anatomy called Private Practice, which ran for 6 seasons. The character did make appearances during the crossovers but never came back as a reoccurring character, moving on to the signing of her comeback, and think of her playing such an important role in season 18 was a clear sign that we'll be seeing more of her in the future. Not just that, over the last few years, the actress has been giving us hints about how she might join the show again as a reoccurring cast member. After her show ended, she said in an interview that, quote, she was very satisfied with it, but no one knows what the future holds. For season 18, she said that we have no plans except for Addison popping in, but we will see what happens. So there it goes. A clear sign that she might come back because she did leave the doors open for more in her interview. And do you know what happens to Ellen Pompeo? Season 19 of Grey's Anatomy debuts on ABC on October 6th, and Pompeo, around whom the show has rotated since its 2005 debut, will interestingly play less of Meredith. It was reported in August, however, Meredith's narration will proceed to start and end each episode. Pompeo, who's also the executive producer on the show, will show up in just 8 episodes this season. She's producing and starring in an upcoming series on Hulu. Pompeo's irreplaceable, obviously, yet a large number of cast individuals have been added to play interns at the medical clinic, including Harry Shum Jr., Adelaide Kane, Alexis Floyd, Nico Terho, and Midori Francis. Speaking of which, Ellen Pompeo and Patrick Dempsey tease a reunion. We haven't seen Patrick Dempsey be a regular part of Grey's Anatomy ever since his character was killed off back in 2011, but more recently in the show's beach scene episode, we finally got to see Ellen and Patrick back together as she fought COVID-19. This was a really unique way of giving us all an opportunity to see the greatest Grey's Anatomy couple on screen again, but will the opportunity like that ever arise another time? Well, according to Dempsey, he has a few ideas on how that would work. Pompeo also said she loves the idea of another reunion with Dempsey. She said that if the material was right, she would be 100% up for it, and the fans would absolutely love it as well. We also recently saw the two interact with each other as Dempsey crashed Pompeo's red carpet interview at the D23 Expo, and it was just so wholesome to see the two together. Not only that, but Pompeo also addressed her reduced role in season 19. Even though a Pompeo-Dempsey reunion is already pretty unlikely, to make matters worse, Ellen Pompeo will have a very reduced role in the upcoming season of Grey's Anatomy. She's arguably everyone's favorite character right now, and it's a real bummer that we don't get to see more of her. In a recent interview, she talked about the reduced role. She told fans not to worry, and she's nowhere close to leaving the show. Meredith will continue to be an integral part of the show, and she will also appear in the show's season finale. However, when it comes to potentially leaving the show, Pompeo didn't completely rule it out. She said that the show is going to be fine without her, and that she'll always be a part of that show in one way or another. Ultimately, she thinks that her reduced time will give another character a chance to shine, and that generally makes her feel better about the whole ordeal. Coming up, is season 19 the last season of the show? It has been rumored that season 19 could be the show's last season, following Pompeo's remarks about her longing to end the series in December 2021. In an interview, she stated how she kept convincing everyone to end the show and how she's the only one who keeps wondering what the next story is going to be about and how we're going to keep it portrayed. Honestly, we wonder the same thing every season, but they always end up surprising us in a totally good way. Kevin McKidd also said that he has no idea how the show is going to end as of now. He added that the whole cast expected season 19 to be the last season because that's what it was building up to. We really hope that this is not the last season, but if it is, I hope they don't disappoint us with the ending like they did with Game of Thrones. Remember that. Lastly, the show is all set to premiere. Yes, you heard that right. The show is all set to premiere on Thursday, October 6th, 9 p.m. sharp. So don't forget to watch the first episode and let us know what you thought about it. Does the show feel the same without Meredith's appearance, or is it high time that the producers should actually think about making this the last season? Now for other news, before we bid our farewell, here's what's happening in the world of Hollywood. Did you know that our very own Scott Speedman was not just filming for Grey's Anatomy last year? David Cronenberg, also known as Scott Speedman, who came to Grey's Anatomy last year, was also filming a crime thriller, and we just cannot wait to watch. Crimes of the Future has at last arrived in the UK, subsequent to making a lot of conversation following its Cannes debut. In it, Speedman plays Lang Dotrice, who, followed by the demise of his child, searches out the assistance of Saul Tenzer, played by Viggo Mortensen, and his accomplice Caprice, also played by Leah Seydoux. Surprisingly, just after 2 days of filming Crimes of the Future, Speedman said he was signed up as a doctor on Grey's Anatomy, which was an entirely different character. Secondly, what's up with Kat Slater on EastEnders? Kat Slater is confronting another wedding complexity because of Alfie Moon in EastEnders. Alfie made his hotly anticipated return to Walford recently to attempt to prevent his ex Kat from wedding his long-lasting enemy Phil Mitchell. In a new episode, Alfie tossed a couple of spanners underway for Kat's wedding as he turned in the wake of enlightening by the twins regarding Phil's attitude. Lastly, according to Tori Anderson, why is NCIS becoming a hot, raging different show? NCIS Hawaii star Tori Anderson has made sense of what separates this side of different shows in the industry. Anderson's left a mark on the world for the industry as her personality specialist Kate Whistler's strange relationship with field specialist Lucy Terra, Yasmin Al-Bustami, is at the actual focal point of the show. In a new talk with Cinema Blend, Tori stated the fact that is to address an eccentric relationship on one of US television's greatest shows. Hugh Jackman's new movie is an icon for all our new torture we have to endure. Florian Zeller wrote The Son after writing The Mother and The Father, which premiered recently at the Toronto Internet Film Festival. The movie, at the very least, has got nothing on its previous screenplays. Zeller's most recent psychological well-being film is an exhaustingly drawn-out experience in which you keep looking at watch while you cannot stop yourself from eye-rolling on its tedious dialogue. The composing is pretty awful. There's little to no emotional form, and the acting by and large adds up to a constant cry, similar to a canine ventured out from home alone during bad weather. For more news, like and subscribe to our channel and keep up with all the hottest news in town. Thank you so much for watching. That's all for today, my friends.